This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a suspect is still on the loose after a police chase this morning through multiple towns along Route 1A and 46, among others. Our Grace Blanchard has the details.
What started Tuesday morning as reports of a vehicle flying down Route 1A turned into a full-out police chase. Maine State Police say a gray Ford Fusion was traveling south on Route 1A at high speeds when troopers attempted to stop it. They say the situation escalated quickly after the vehicle fled from police.
I located the vehicle a short time later. Pursuit ensued. It continued towards Holden. The vehicle traveled across the parking lot of G&M Market, continued north on Route 9, Route 46 to Route 9, and then began traveling west towards Brewer.
Chaos ensued as Sergeant Bussard says the suspect ditched the vehicle at the Auto Works on the main road in Eddington after striking a parked vehicle and taking down a nearby power line. He then fled on foot and Route 9 was officially shut down. Police say the suspect proceeded to steal another vehicle, which he then abandoned at PV Manufacturing, also in Eddington. The owner of the pickup had been physically pulled out of his vehicle by the fleeing suspect, but was not injured.
We have another report of a vehicle being stolen in Bangor. There's a good chance it's related.
After ditching the pickup, the suspect reportedly stole a black Toyota Camry from the PV Manufacturing lot. However, Maine State Police say the individual is not a threat to public safety.
Obviously he's stolen a couple of vehicles, but no indication of any type of weapons or anything like that, so no.
In Eddington, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, as of Tuesday evening, police were still actively trying to identify and locate that suspect. More information can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. Well, police are investigating a fatal accident in Bangor this morning that killed a pedestrian. First responders were called to Broadway around 6 a.m. after multiple reports of a pedestrian being struck by a vehicle near the McDonald's. Bangor police say the pedestrian who was killed has been identified as 56-year-old Alan Emery of Bangor. The incident remains under investigation and police say Broadway will be closed for some time. They say the driver involved is cooperating. Governor Janet Mills has officially proclaimed October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The event also featured the premiere of a short film by the Maine Coalition to End Domestic Violence, an organization of local advocates from across the state with the goal of ending domestic violence. Now, Governor Mills shared her personal experience with domestic violence.
Some years ago, there was a young woman who dated a man who was handsome and charming and intelligent, and she was in love with him. The man was also an alcoholic, as it turned out. One night, in a drunken rage, that man held a gun to her head. The gun did not go off. But she was alone in a strange city and had no place to go. But she packed her bags and left nevertheless, never turning back.
Well, if you or anyone you know is affected by domestic violence and needs help, the statewide domestic violence hotline is 1-866-834-HELP, H-E-L-P. Well, proposed data privacy regulations were the topic of a state judiciary committee public hearing today. LD 1977 is titled An Act to Create the Data Privacy and Protection Act. Under the bill, entities would be barred from collecting and processing certain types of data from consumers. It would also prevent companies from using sensitive data for the purposes of targeted advertising. The public was invited to share testimony with the committee and speak either for or against the bill. One person to do so was Cole Cochran, a Mainer attending college at Harvard, who says Maine youth are especially at risk if the legislature doesn't act now.
Current practices by social media giants and other big players exploit our personal information, threaten human autonomy, and disproportionately affect Maine's youth, especially with respect to our consumer choices and mental health. This is why we make this exception today and strongly support LD 1977. As of now, consumer protections regarding collection and use of our personal data is fragmented at best.
The bill will be scheduled for a work session before making its way for full votes from the House and Senate when they return in January. Well, state lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are seeking answers after the deaths of adults and children that the Maine Department of Health and Human Services is charged with protecting. In part 2 of our series, From Care to Crisis, Corey Bouchard looks at the solutions each side is proposing.
The Maine Department of Health and Human Services has been in the spotlight for a while now for how it's handled the deaths of adults and children in its care. And now lawmakers are demanding changes they believe will save lives.
The fact that there is a law that, we're supposed to have those reports and they didn't happen is concerning.
It is the legislature's role to hold state government accountable here and to be the people's voice.
These Senate leaders both say more needs to be done to make changes with how the Maine DHHS handles their child protective services and adult guardianship program after a number of deaths within both programs.
I think there's several different approaches that we could take. The first and foremost is improving the speed at which information is shared between branches of government here, right? Understanding that we need to be able to see where the problems are and where the cracks are so that we can address them quickly.
Senator Stewart went on to say another goal some Republicans are pushing for is to actually carve out the child protective and public guardianship programs from DHHS and create their own department. Senate President Jackson agrees transparency is needed, but suggested that perhaps more could be done with the people taking care of the children and adults in state care.
But I think the other thing is that, we dig into it, see where the, missteps are. If it ends up being that we have to have a higher caliber of people, taking care of people in these situations, then clearly financial resources probably.
We reached out to the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, who declined our interview request and instead gave us a statement. Quote, "The fiscal year 24-25 biennial budget passed by the legislature and signed into law by Governor Mills includes more than $4 million in investments to reduce the abuse, neglect, and exploitation of older adults and adults with disabilities in Maine. We welcome collaboration with the legislature that serves the health and safety of those under public guardianship." End quote. Lawmakers have scheduled a hearing for October 25th with the Health and Human Services Committee to get more information about how the department handles public guardianships and their plan to comply with the already existing law, which requires DHHS to report these types of deaths to the committee. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the state of Maine has issued a warning on Eastern equine encephalitis and West Nile virus after new cases were found in animals in the past few weeks. The confirmed cases were found in several emu flocks and multiple horses across Piscataquis, Penobscot, Somerset, and Waldo counties. The state veterinarian's office strongly urges all owners of sensitive species to take immediate precautions, including eliminating any potential mosquito breeding grounds, vaccinating horses, as well as booster vaccinations for horses if more than 6 months have passed since the last shot. They also suggest considering off-label vaccination for susceptible bird species. People, for their part, can protect themselves by wearing long sleeves and repellent. A statement says, although a frost capable of killing mosquitoes may occur in many areas of Maine in the near future, the current risk persists in multiple regions. So something to keep your eye out for there. Well, on October 5th and 6th, 2 maintenance unions filed a 10-day termination of contract notice against Woodland Pulp, stemming from a disagreement on the Baileyville Mill's proposed 3-tier employee ranking system. The 2 groups have been picketing outside the mill ever since, but yesterday things took a turn. Our Doug Banks has the story.
Firemen Oilers Service Employee International Union Local 330 and International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers Local 1490 are on strike. A third maintenance union could join them soon, and now the strike has taken a dangerous turn outside the Baileyville Mill on October 16th. The union claims a car hit 2 people on the picket line. According to District Lodge Rep Dan Lattermilk, the car was driven by a Woodland Pulp salary employee. A Mills administration official disputes that account.
I just saw someone trying to exit the facility, and there was a bunch of people in the way.
Loudermilk says the Baileyville Police Department was called to the scene and says officers blamed the picketers. When we reached out to the police department for comment, we were told no one was available. Meanwhile, the two sides will meet at the negotiating table again November 8th. Until then, everyone is looking for a resolution.
Some of those members that had never been part of negotiations finally saw what it's all about and how this company is treating their committee.
We're disappointed with the fact that this is occurring, but we're operational, and we look forward to meeting with the respective unions on November 8th.
In Baileyville, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's hit pause here, take a peek outside, and get a first check of our forecast to see what's coming our way in the coming hours.
All right, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. You need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, building for your pets. Check them out at Winterport or at the Bangor Mall, and of course at winterportsheds.com. Let's talk about temperatures today. A bit cool, 52 Bar Harbor, 56 for Bangor. Overall, though, temperatures about where they're supposed to be this time of the year. Tomorrow, though, we do have somewhat warmer temperatures on the way. In fact, there's still a couple of 60s in the 5-day forecast. Today, though, lots of clouds around, a couple of sprinkles in there as well. These will all die out tonight, and tomorrow is going to be a very nice day around here. In fact, tomorrow, also for Thursday into Friday, followed by our next system gets in here when? Over the weekend. Our forecast, though, tonight, they're looking at mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies, low temperatures down in the 40s. Your full forecast is coming up.
Alrighty, Jeff, thanks so much. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, Herman High School's newspaper writing class is hoping to shape the next generation of journalists. Our Jody Hersey takes us there. We'll have that story and much more coming up.
In the beautiful town of Belfast, you'll discover a world of alpaca, the blue alpaca. At our ranch location, you can interact with these amazing animals and enjoy the beautiful Maine outdoors with your very own alpaca walk. Visit our website to book your alpaca walk and experience all the joy and beauty that comes with it. Shop at our downtown Belfast location or online and take advantage of our free nationwide shipping. You'll be ready for a comfortable, fashionable, and fun summer. The blue alpaca. Feel the difference.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
To keep the doors open as long as we have, the customers always come first. And that's why we're against Question 3. Question 3 costs $13.5 billion. That's billion with a B, which could mean higher taxes for all Mainers. It turns our power grid over to the politicians, the same politicians that take money from the oil and gas companies. They put themselves first, not us. Question 3 is a risk Mainers cannot afford.
To prepare you for winter, we're holding the Toyota All-Wheel Drive Savings Event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. Right now, you could save with 3.99% financing on a Tacoma 4x4. The event ends October 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
The Farmer's Table in Corinna brings you outstanding breakfasts, lunches, and dinners made from farm-grown fresh ingredients. Dinner specials are available every day. Enjoy our homemade desserts, and above all, bring your appetite to the Farmer's Table in Corinna.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Well, Herman High School is helping to shape the next generation of journalists, and our Jody Hersey stopped by the school's newspaper writing class to see what students find newsworthy.
We are the storytellers of Herman High School. On this particular day, students in Mr. Murray's sports journalism class are working on building a list of questions for a retired newspaper reporter that will be visiting Herman High School this week. They are also focused on shining a light on certain sports that don't always get the attention they deserve.
And yeah, some of those niche sports like cross country, like tennis in the spring, like golf, their voices need to be heard, their stories need to be told.
Field hockey player and Herman High junior Quinn Bird is just one of the school's student journalists.
Once I have all the information, it's hard to get started, but then once I've already written the first paragraph, then I'm fine.
Fellow student journalist Maddox Kenny says some interviewees are easier to talk with than others.
Coaches, because they're a lot older, give better responses.
These students are learning the value of building a list of contacts, securing interviews, and then turning those interviews into compelling stories for the Herman Press, the school's online paper.
The most I'm looking forward to is investigative writing, only because I have no idea what to do for that, so I think that'll be a fun challenge for the class.
These young writers are also putting articles together on the arts, entertainment, staff spotlights, and even local Herman businesses.
We started doing it every couple weeks, Herman Press online, and we have an Instagram page, and it's just the community likes to see that. They like to know what's going on in the school, and we like to share it with them.
To check out these young journalists' work, log on to herman.press. In Herman, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Great to see the next generation getting on board. Alrighty, folks, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, Camp Capella knocked down their old bathhouse to make way for a new and improved one. And in sports, how a new offensive coordinator has led UMaine football's offense to heat up. That story right after the break.
Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $349 per month lease on Rogue.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
From a gallon of gas to a gallon of milk, everything costs more these days. And question 3 will make things worse. It'll cost billions, and we'll be on the hook for it. It will increase our electric bills. And question 3, it doesn't require an operations plan, not even for emergencies or power outages. Question 3 is too costly and too risky for my family. I'm voting no on 3. It's a bad idea for Maine.
Get ready to clown around this Halloween. Fright at the Fort 2023 Carnival of Fright. October 14th, the 21st, and 22nd, and October 28th and 29th at Fort Knox in Prospect. There are no at-the-door ticket sales. Fright Night at the Fort 2023 Carnival of Fright. Tickets online at fortknoxmaine.com.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $349 per month lease on Rogue.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudall here. Thank you so much for joining us. As Maine football looks to win 3 out of 4 on Saturday against Campbell, the Black Bears offense, their explosiveness and consistency have made huge strides. A huge thanks to the new sheriff in town.
Everyone does a great job of bringing in ideas and figuring out what we can execute. We're rolling now.
In the last 3 games, Maine football's offense has been on fire, scoring 111 points.
They work tirelessly. They're on and off the field to make sure we're ready to go.
The offensive staff has done a great job, just continue to find ways to get our playmakers the ball.
The newest and biggest piece to the offensive staff is first-year offensive coordinator and former Nebraska quarterbacks coach Steve Cooper.
He got with us immediately when he got in here, set his culture of the way that he wanted the offense to operate. Everybody bought in.
X's and O's are important, but it's just getting our guys to play hard and fast through the echo of the whistle, and they've been able to do that since I got here.
With the X's and O's, Cooper and the Black Bears are stepping outside the box. Flea flickers, reverses, double passes. For the staff, creativity is a boost and a need.
As the season goes on, you have to be, because people get a beat on you, right? So the guts to make calls is what great teams do.
That is a big piece, is just finding ways to have fun with it. And the kids, they buy in when you put in gadget plays and you put in things where it's a little bit different and unique.
But in their homecoming win against LIU, there weren't many highlight-type plays. Instead, a brooding approach, which featured 2 10-plus play, 80-yard touchdown drives.
That's huge. It shows that we can, be explosive over the top, but then we can also put those long drives together.
Being able to see our guys execute routine plays when there's some noise, that was exciting to see.
Maine's offense is the most complete it's been perhaps in years, and with Coach Cooper's passion and big-time program experience, his impact has been undeniable, as has the teams on him.
The people that touch this program are special, so it's good to get to come to work every day with guys that are excited to be here and people that work hard.
When you're passionate about football, and always finding ways to be creative and get better. I mean, that's what we need around here.
Can't wait to see what that offense can do against Campbell. Another great offense in their own right on Saturday. Let's stay with some football now. Hard to believe, but the 8-man high school playoffs are starting on Friday, and we have the North brackets for both 8-man large and small for you. Let's start with small. Top seed Orono gets a first-round bye as 8-seed Madawaska declined invitation. 4-seed Holton Hodgdon and 5-seed Dexter face off Friday night to see who will face the Red Riots. 3-seed Stern Skank host Matt Nawcook Friday night. They'll face the winner of number 2 Bucksport and number 7 Ellsworth in the next round. Now to 8-man large. Top seed Camden Hills gets a first-round bye. They'll face the winner of Friday's game between 4-seed Mountain Valley and 5-seed Waterville. And at the bottom, we already have a regional semis matchup. 2-seed Morris already had a bye, and the 3-seed MDI advances as 6-seed Spruce Mountain declined invitation as well. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudall. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much. Your full weather is brought by Blue Alpaca Ranch and Store. Visit our ranch and meet the alpacas or shop in our store in downtown Belfast. Let's start here. The temperature results are in from September, and September came back as the warmest September on record globally. So it's land and ocean temperatures, about 176 years of record keeping. So on this map, red's above average and blue is below. A lot of red during the month of September. Out there for us today, though, some spotty showers across our region kept temperatures back just a bit. Cloudy out there as well. We're going to work on that, though, as warmer temperatures are in the 5-day forecast. Still a couple of 60s in there by the weekend. Today, though, looking at cloud cover, a couple showers out there. They will come to an end tonight. All right, so speaking of showers, here's where it's been dry pretty much all summer and now into fall across the Midwest and Great Lakes. They could all use some rainfall here. For us, though, we've been well above average in rainfall, and this trend may continue now through the fall into the winter. We'll see, but overall, we do not need more rain, and there is a healthy rain in the forecast for us probably this weekend into Monday. For tonight, they're looking at partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy skies for this evening. These sprinkles out there now will come to an end. For tomorrow, look like a nice day. We'll call it partly cloudy skies tomorrow. Temperatures back up in the 50s to low 60s across the region. Tomorrow night, same story, no issues at all. Maybe some dense fog in there late tomorrow night. Then overall Thursday, very nice day. Friday, very nice day. And then our next weather system gets in here over the weekend with a healthy rain probably on Saturday. I'll walk you through. So tonight, still a couple sprinkles out there tonight, which could give us maybe a 1/10 of an inch of rain. That's it, though. though, for this evening. And then the second system, though, gets in here later on Saturday into Sunday. Looks like an area-wide rainfall again, and that one could be a 1 to 2 inch rainfall across our region from Saturday afternoon into Sunday afternoon as well. The wind out there today out of the north around 5 miles per hour. It'll go calm, already has tonight, and that'll likely give us some pockets of dense fog once again. You're out driving, of course, down there tonight, 3, 4, 5 a.m. You'll likely see that dense fog across the area. Be careful driving tonight with that dense fog across our region. Okay, but going forward, though, that fog will lift with the sunrise tomorrow morning, and then turning partly cloudy tomorrow. It's going to be a very nice day, so we should eclipse these numbers tomorrow. Highs today pretty much low to mid-50s. Tomorrow, a few of us could go for 60. Our forecast ends tonight, though, looking at partly cloudy skies. Some dense fog is likely. Look for low temperatures down near 41. For tomorrow, a very nice day. Partly cloudy, and I put awesome on there. High temperatures near 61 with a southwest breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows the 60s move in for us tomorrow and Thursday and Friday and Saturday. There's the weekend. Plenty of rainfall Saturday into Sunday with temperatures Saturday near 60 in the mid-50s on Sunday.
Little bit of a bummer to see that rainy weekend heading our way, but you never know. It's early. Alrighty, folks. Well, there is still more to come. Stay with us.
To prepare you for winter, we're holding the Toyota All-Wheel Drive Savings Event with thousands of Toyotas to choose from. Right now, you can get a 2024 Corolla with $750 financing cash. The event ends October 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
Ready to refresh your home? Fall into savings with incredible deals at the Furniture Gallery. Shop new arrivals from top brands like Ashley, Serta, Restonic, Nectar, and Franklin. Fall in love with unbeatable deals like our sofa and love seat sets for only $9.99 or sofas starting at $3.99. Indulge in ultimate comfort with over 150 recliner styles starting at just $2.99. My family and I are committed to giving you the best value for your money at the Furniture Gallery. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA Insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA Insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA Insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Tonight, civilians flee and hostage families wait as the world braces for the next stage of the Israel-Hamas war. Plus, the vote for a new House Speaker and the chaos. More Americans turn to the most watched newscast on television. World News Tonight with David Muir.
The bathhouse at Camp Capella in Dedham was smashed today, but not to worry, the demolition was actually planned. An excavator was on site Tuesday morning to knock down the old bathhouse, which had been used by campers for the past 50 years. 4 families helped raise the $150,000 needed for a new facility to be built. That new bathhouse will offer more private and ADA accessible spaces for campers and will also include a nurse's facility.
And it's going to be completely winterized, heated, so that we'll be able to open it up for the polar dip. this year. So for the first time, we'll actually have a heated facility.
The folks who participate in that will be grateful. Well, Camp Capella is a summer camp that provides educational and recreational opportunities for individuals with disabilities. Construction on the new bathhouse is expected to be completed in the next 6 weeks. And finally tonight, a local hospital received a generous donation following an annual fundraiser. Tuesday morning, local Marriott hotels presented a check of $9,107 and some change to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. Assistant Nurse Manager Sheila Raymond says the funds will go a long way for improving their neonatal intensive care unit.
It means a lot when we have some kids that are here for a long time, some are for a short time, and even when they're sick, they're still kids. They want to play, and to be able to provide them with things, and also able to meet their needs developmentally. In the NICU, they're just a very special population, and to have the tools that we need to care for them means a lot to us.
Director of Sales at Marriott Properties, Erica Witten, says the money raised was from the local Marriott's August Root Beer Float fundraiser. That sounds like a fun one. According to Witten, the check presented is the largest amount the organization has given to Northern Light EMMC in several years. Sounds like that money is definitely going to be put to very good use. Alrighty, folks, well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC7, take care and have a great night. We'll see you back here at 11.